Okay, I'm going to start with a magic ring. And to make a magic ring, you want to take the yarn with the yarn tail facing down towards your table surface, wrap the yarn over the top of your two fingers, and then wrap it again to make an X mark. Then take your crochet hook and rotate the hook so that it faces down towards your fingers. So you just want to rotate it down, and you're going to insert it underneath this strand here. And then you're going to hook onto that strand in front here. Pull it underneath, and then rotate the hook up so that the loop sits right in the center of the X mark on the top of your fingertips. And then you're going to insert it underneath that strand and then pull it through that loop for your magic ring. And then I'm going to chain one, and these chains here will not count as a stitch. And then I'm going to work 12 double crochets into the center of the magic ring. Okay, so now I have my 12 double crochets. I'm going to pull the tail of the magic ring so I can bring these stitches closer together so I can join with a slip stitch. Okay, so now I'm going to join with the slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet I did when I began the round. So not into the top of those chains when I did the magic ring, and then I chained one, so not into the top of that chain, but into the top of the first double crochet that I did when I began the round, and then join with a slip stitch. And that completes round one. So for round two, I'm going to chain one into that first stitch where I just joined. I'm going to do a half double crochet. And then into that same stitch, I'm going to work a double crochet. So the stitch where I just joined had two stitches, a half double crochet and a double crochet. The next stitch will have one double crochet. The next stitch will have two double crochets into the same stitch. This next stitch is going to have two stitches, a double crochet and a half double crochet into the same stitch. Okay, so that stitch, a double crochet and a half double crochet into the same stitch. And then into the next stitch, I'll work a slip stitch. And then the next stitch will have two stitches. I'm going to work a half double crochet and a double crochet into this next stitch. So into the next stitch, a half double crochet, and then a double crochet into that same stitch. The next stitch will have two double crochets into the same stitch. And then into the next stitch, I'll work one double crochet. And then this next stitch is going to have two stitches, a double crochet and a half double crochet into the same stitch. The next stitch will have 2 stitches. It'll have 2 double crochets into the same stitch. And then into the next stitch, a single crochet. The next stitch will have 2 double crochets into the same stitch. And then join with the slip stitch to the top of the first half double crochet that you did when you began the round. And then I'm going to fasten off here with the orange yarn. And where that single crochet is, that's where we're going to work our stem. So find your single crochet. And when you work the single crochet, you can always put a stitch marker there. So into the top of the single crochet at the very top, I'm going to join with a different color yarn. So for the stem, you can use like a brown or beige yarn. I'm going to use this brown yarn for my stem. Into the top of the single crochet at the very top of the pumpkin, that's where I'm going to work my stem. Okay, so I'm going to insert my hook into the top of the single crochet at the very top, and then I'm going to yarn over with some brown yarn to make a stem, and then I'll chain 1 and do a single crochet into that same stitch where I just joined. And then I'm going to chain 1 and turn and work a half double crochet into the top of the single crochet. And that is my little stem. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cut the yarn and fasten off. And then there's the little stem for my pumpkin. So really, really easy to make. And then all you need to do is weave in the ends and the little crochet pumpkin is done. I hope that you enjoyed the tutorial today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.